All right, welcome to Tajh's Take. I'm Will Vandervoort, and obviously here to my right is Tajh Boyd. Tajh, thanks for joining us again, man.
Still Will.
Hey,
Always
man.
a pleasure, man.
Yeah, buddy. First of all, before we get started, I want to send out my condolences to C.J. Fuller's family. There was a very shocking incident that happened on Wednesday that kind of set us all back, and so, praying for his family, and we hope for, you guys through time will begin to heal. Tajh, before we get started, I know you knew CJ, and you heard us talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we didn't play together, but we definitely crossed paths. And, I know how close he was with the guys on his team, with the people in his community, and the guy was just starting to build his legacy, man. So that's it's just something that you wouldn't fathom now at this age, at least. And I'm sure that the people that he was closest to would continue to live through him and live for him and everything else that nature. So just prayers out to his family. I mean, it's a tough situation, one that I can't really imagine at this particular point. He's a Tiger. He's always going to be a Tiger, and that's how he be remembered. So.
It is, and unfortunately for Clemson, it's another week where there's some distractions, and this is obviously one of the biggest distractions you can have. Did you have anything to this nature when you played here? And if so, how did you guys handle it, or how do you handle situations in this point?
Well, I don't know, man, because it's such a sensitive deal, and every player is still maturing in their own right. So each player handles grief a little bit differently. Unfortunately, I've had a lot of people pass that are close to me within the last year and a half. And that's just exactly what I try to do, man. I try to take the energy that they gave out, try to keep that within me, and make sure that everything that I'm doing, the way I breathe, the way I talk, the way I eat, resembles them. And really just try to honor them in everything that I do. And I know these players will do the same on Saturday.
Last week, you said it best here when we spoke to you last week about all the distractions going on with the quarterback situation and all that. And you said that you didn't think it would be a problem because you know what it's like in that locker room. It's all about being professional and doing your job. Christian Wilkins came out this past week, and it's like he read your script or something. Said the exact same thing. That's exactly what happened. Though it was a very tough and emotional game for them, and they had some things obstacles they went over, they came out and they did their job, and they found a way to win that football game.
Absolutely, man. And I think when you look at what those guys did and how they did it, I mean, it showed more character for that program, for this group of guys here right now, than we've seen in a good bit, mainly because there were some adverse situations. And you think about a situation coming into it with the quarterback controversy, and when Trevor went down, I was like, this is something out of a movie right here. I was sitting there in the box watching it, and I was like, there's no way he's not out of the game. And sure enough, Chase runs out there, but those guys handled it with stride, and although they're amateurs, they're professionals as well. And I think that you can see it the way they handle themselves, the way they conduct themselves in the locker room, when they're talking to the media, and what they do on the football field. They got a strong group of veteran leaders out there. It's going to be very important for them coming down the stretch. It's going to be very crucial and important for them in this game as well, because at the end of the day, those guys want to go out there and get the job done, and they're going to find a way to do it by any means.
You mentioned Chase Bryce and the way he played. There were several passes that he made, and we're going to break down, especially that one on 4th and 6. But the one that I thought really got him going, and it was his wide receiver Hunter Renfrow that made the catch that got him the confidence that he needed going forward. And after that, if you watch the way he played, he was so more decisive in his decision making. His passes were crisper. Talk about that play. And Hunter Renfrow again. You probably wish you would have had him, because he just makes play after play for his quarterback.
Well, when we look at Hunter Renfrow and what his production level has been since he's been here, you can't even rank his top plays. Obviously, national championship catch being the one, but there's just time after time and game after game that he's making some remarkable catch, and I don't think anybody in college football will be able to make right now. So to have him out there, that's a quarterback's best friend in itself. That catch, obviously, for Chase's confidence was very big, though. I was sitting up there stressed out watching the game for him because, again, I still have a lot of relationships with these guys on the team, and Chase is one of my other guys, man. And I want to see him succeed more than anything, you know. So the first play right before, or the last play of the half, you know, he kind of just chucked it out there. You know, I was stressed out.
Stumbles, falls around.
My girlfriend walked up to me like, "What is he doing? Oh my God!" I was like, "Look, just take a deep breath. You got to settle down a little bit." But no, that catch and throw was absolutely the turning point. If that play doesn't connect, I don't know if Chase actually finished the game out as strong as he did, because you got to have that one play that gets you going. It's like for me, you know, I take movies and kind of, you know, sync them up to real life experiences. And a lot of it was that play with Willie Beeman, right? His first game, any given Sunday. Yeah. And, you know, Al Pacino's talking to him, and he's like, "Go to the Buick. You know, throw it, I catch it." You know, he was like, "Just go back and act like you're playing in your backyard." And that's the biggest thing. I mean, you still got to go out there and play the game. Right. And we can get so caught up in the crowd and the emotions and the energy. At the end of the day, man, it's just pitch and catch. And obviously that catch was a little bit more difficult than the one in the backyard, but, you know, Hunter found a way to get it done. All that did was take Chase's confidence to another level, and I think we see the results of what happened there. And obviously, you know, Travis Etienne being probably, you know, it looks like right now the best back in college football altogether. So, no, they got a great group of guys out there for sure.
Yeah, I totally agree. And Travis, and I think, but though the way Clemson was able to run the ball in the fourth quarter,
absolutely,
I think there was 2 plays that allowed that to keep happening. And Hunter made good reads on the zone read. Well, I guess it was a run-pass option on both those plays that he threw to Justin Ross.
Absolutely.
Because he saw what the defense was doing. He knew he had the post inside, so he went to it twice, back-to-back times. And then after that, they did what? They ran the ball. How big were those 2 passes to show Syracuse defense, okay, you don't think I can throw the ball? I'm going to show you, right?
It was huge, man, because of the defensive coordinator. That's the first thing you want to do. Stack the box up, figure it out. Let's see if we can make some movement up front. Let's see what we can do at the linebacker position and get him to force his hand a little bit. And obviously, you know, again, Chase, when you look at the overall picture of it, the big picture, he didn't go out and throw for 300 yards and a half, but he didn't need to. He needed to go out there, be decisive, make good decisions, and take care of the football. He was able to do that to an extent. So, very pleased and proud of what he did, because it's a lot easier said than done coming off of the bench. You know, your guys needing you, realizing that these seniors don't get another crack at it. And in order to continue to try to achieve your goals, you have to win this one game right here. And for him to step up to the plate, make some great reads, you know, take the zone read and pop it for 12 yards, get the first down, try to lean into somebody. I mean, it's a pretty heroic effort on his part, man, to go out there and understand that it wasn't just about him, but it was about the team as well. So, man, I'm just pleased as a quarterback and as a fan of the game to see that.
Now, when you were a freshman, you know, I was in Coach Sweeney's office one time, and he was showing me where you needed to progress at. And so he showed me the high-low read in practice. Right. And he was showing how early on in the year you struggled with that read.
Absolutely.
And then as the year went on, how better you got.
Right.
All right, so I would bring that up because the play that Chase made was the high-low play. And Louisville was giving him the underneath guy. And they were going to say this corner was cheating, and he was going to give him the underneath and then try to go make the tackle. But Chase made the right read, knowing that what they were doing, and ends up making what I thought was a very difficult throw.
It was a very difficult throw because of that retreating corner in itself. And you look at it, and I actually never realized, I mean, I knew it was a big play in the game, but I didn't really pay attention to what was going on because I was so caught up in everything else that it was 4th and 6. So you got a retreating corner, a guy's trying to bait you, kind of in that two-shell look. And he could have threw the underneath route, and it would have been justified because that guy was belting a little bit, but not to the point where Chase didn't feel like he was confident enough to make the throw. So for him to sit there, stick it, and I mean, like, just throw with confidence, point over to him was like, "Yeah, I got you right here." I was like, "Yeah, that's a big time play right there." So.
It was an impressive play. Now we go to this week. Okay, Chase did great, did his job, did what he's supposed to do. Number 16 is coming back this week. Yeah, he's going to be back up and he's going to play. They play Wake Forest team that's given up over 6.5 yards per play.
Yeah.
Is this the week where we see Clemson's offense gain that confidence that it needs going forward?
I think so, because what is this? The 5th game?
6th game.
6th game. All right. So perfect. All right. Again, as we spoke kind of privately, the philosophy has always been, at least when I was in the locker room, that we want to start our ascension week 6 or 7, which would be perfect about this time right here, to start hitting their stride and continuing to progress to be where you want to go. When you look at Wake Forest and what they've done, I mean, obviously they're not the most talented bunch of guys out there on the football field. I mean, Clemson has a lot more talent, player for player, you know, coach for coach, than those guys have right now. what you're always going to get with Wake Forest is a fundamentally sound football team. And you got to go out there and execute. You can't go out there and make silly plays, because that's what a lot of these teams have been doing. Rice, Boston College, turning the ball over, keeping these guys in the game. You know, Wake Forest had an unbelievable game last week against Rice, and they're going to be riding high. Clemson has to continue to build on what they want to do, figure out what their identity is from an offensive coordinator standpoint, and let these guys continue to build, because the defense, you know, I think we'll see these guys up front, you know, plus the extra guy, Xavier Thomas out there, have an unbelievable game. I mean, I'm thinking 6 or 7 sacks just because I see what Wake Forest is working with up front. It's not sustainable. Wake wants to be more of a, I mean, they're a spread team, but everything that they do is legitimately, I think, RPO. I mean, the quarterback, you know, he's zone reading it when he pulls it at the last second to throw that slant. So these guys in the secondary are going to have to be, you know, king with their reads on. Because the moment that they think it's going to be a run, I mean, that's when he pops up and he doesn't. So the penetration by the guys up front are going to be huge in this game to make sure that these guys can get the ball back on offense. I mean, I expect nothing less than to see Clemson rack up over 550 yards of offense. I mean, I think it's very, very much doable. And, you know, obviously, again, with everything that's happened in the last couple of weeks, the emotions have to figure out, you know, what they're going to be like and see if they can settle in this game early. But I would love to see this team play a 4-quarter game and get Chase back in the game and let these guys continue to build as well. But, man, we just got so many weapons out here that haven't necessarily been utilized.
It's true.
I want to see it. You know, I want to see Justin Ross. I want to see DeAndre Overton. I want to see Cornell Powell and Amari Rogers. I mean, we got guys in the stable that we can't get the rocket right now because we're not building towards that yet. Hopefully this is the game where all those pieces come together.
All right, real fast, give me a prediction. What do you think is going to happen?
56-7.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the defense is going to dominate.
Absolutely,
huh?
Man. They'll get a freebie in the 4th quarter or something like that. You know, it is what it is. You know,
it happens. Coach Venables will be mad.
Absolutely, he's going to be pissed. Wake Forest home, you know, because what is it, home of Krispy Kreme?
Yes.
Yeah, so they have donuts, so it'll be nothing nicer than going out there and get a 0, get the donuts after the game. So,
man, hey, it's something to think about. I asked Christian this week, was he going to get Krispy Kreme? He said, I don't know. We'll wait and see. I hope so.
We'll wait and see, baby.
Well, maybe so. We'll see. By the way, keep checking us out on the Clemson Insider. We'll have more from Tajh Boyd and everybody else on the website. And we'll have coverage all day long from Wake Forest.